We're back with Arthur Frost from Generation Impact Gap Year Program. We were still talking about the nitty-gritties of the actual program. So Dr. Frost, can you please just tell us, what is the Gap Year experience actually like at Generation Impact? You were just telling me before the break, about some of the good stories that you've heard from people who have actually attended the program. So just generally, what has been, the perception from people generally, and also what the experience is like?
Well, first of all, the program covers three major areas. Number one is we need to help you discover what your purpose is. So therefore, we do a lot of aptitude testing, field of interest testing. I have a lot of experts working together with me all over South Africa who will come in and fly in and come and assist the students so that we really help them discover their purpose. So that's the primary thing. We help young people discover what their purpose is and what their passions are and what their field of interest should be. The second area that we really focus on is that it's a very strongly Christian-orientated thing. Okay, we believe very strongly in Christian values. We believe in ethics and all sorts of things. So there's a lot of things that are that get taught that is very, very strong spiritually and Christian foundation in it. And then the third area that we really want to focus on, and that's very important for young people, is that they must discover how to give back into the community. So they must realize that whatever their career is, it is for them to give back. All right. Now, often there are things that stop them from giving back, things that have happened in their lives, things that have happened in their family, in their childhood. So we try and eliminate all of those obstacles. Anything that had caused them an issue or trauma or whatever that is going to stop them from moving forward. And what is very interesting, and this is just something that most people can just check out in their lives, very often the very biggest obstacles that you've had in your life very often indicates what you should be doing. In other words, the thing that you should be doing, it's almost like the world comes against that thing. And it's very, very interesting to see how that young people, when they find out what their purpose is, they will see how much attack has come against their very purpose.
So basically, I don't know, we sort of touched on it before the break, Are there any sort of cons? Can you please just discuss the pros and cons to actually taking a gap year program? As you just mentioned, the fact that, when you do discover your life purpose, some people are actually going to be against it, or so many negative things might happen to you when you do decide to follow your life purpose. So are there any pros? Are there any cons to actually following gap year?
I think one of the biggest cons is that people will not understand what you're doing sometimes. Some people have got an idea. Look, I would like my child to be a doctor, and they sit down and they go, whatever happens, I am going to make sure my child is going to be successful. And so we've got a perception that certain careers will make my child happy because we measure it according to finance or prestige or status. And so what happens is some people do not understand that this is my passion, this is what I want to do, and this is where I'm going. And they will think, no, well, that's not going to bring enough money for you, so I'd rather do that. And this is where people have gone wrong in the past, because wherever your passion is, it will generate that income that you need. In fact, it can generate a lot more, because when people are doing something that they don't want to do, they are actually not producing that type of income that they could have done. Where you really are living out your passion, you could actually generate a serious amount of income with that. And so I think that's the biggest con, is that people want to mold you into something that you're not. And people want to force you into a direction that you should never be going into. And as far as the advantage of it is that you will be fulfilled. You will walk out of there switching that light off and saying, listen, I'm getting paid for living out my passion. Every single night, I'm so excited about what I've done. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's going to be very difficult. You can have obstacles. Life's going to throw things at you. But at the end of the day, you're going to know that you are living a fulfilled life. And that's one of the things that I just want to add as well, is that we are only going to take a maximum of 100 students. Okay, I'm not going to end up running a major thing. I only want 100 students because we want to give them the best quality attention that we can.
Okay, so actually when someone wants to attend this gap year program, where do they actually go?
All right,
what do they do about it?
All you need to do is pop me an email, okay, at register@gigapyear.org. gap.co.za.
Okay.
Okay.
And just generally, I don't know if you would be privy to such kind of information, but just generally for gap year programs, maybe someone is not necessarily looking for what Generation Impact is offering, but they are interested in gap year programs. So where would one go to get such kind of information?
If you just had to go on the website gapyear.co.za,
Oh.
it actually offers quite a few gap year options that are around in South Africa.
Okay.
Okay, then there's a wide variety there.
And then lastly, something we didn't actually touch on, you mentioned the fact that university fees can go up to 120,000 a year. So in terms of finances, does a person have to have a certain kind of financial lifestyle to be able to go to a gap year program, or are they affordable just generally, and then we can actually go to the price of Generation Impact?
Some gap years are very, very expensive, especially those with extreme sports. Your average gap year runs between 80 to 100,000 rand a year, which is way more expensive than a university. And what we have done is we have said, listen, we're going to try and keep it in the same rates as what you would do at matric school.
Okay.
So if a parent can afford to send their child to school, they can afford to send their child to our gap year.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Frost, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more after the break.